So the building industry has such a big impact to the CO2 balance that we have in the whole world. And the biggest change must come about in the production of building products.
A meeting of minds merging architecture, climate change, science, and building construction. Baufritz and the Grantham Institute present Building in a Changing Climate. Our experts Dagmar, Fritz-Kramer, Oliver Rehm, and Dr. Otto explain how our climate is changing and how the construction industry must adapt to address environmental challenges.
So the building industry has such a big impact to the CO2 balance that we have in the whole world. And the biggest change must come about in the production of building products. Of the 40% of CO2 emissions generated by the industry worldwide, 50% are caused by the materials and their manufacture. This is where we need to start. With renewable raw materials and a higher proportion of recycling, which currently stands at 7%, a lot of CO2 can be saved. In addition, the production process for both materials and the building must be converted as far as possible to renewable energies. Transport and supply chain will become an important issue here. We at Baufritz can contribute good ideas here. Also, the utilization of existing buildings will also be more important. A lot of CO2 is already consumed here. So we need ideas that make the materials used there and existing buildings climate resilient. This means insulating, adding stories, extending and changing the energy supply. As Baufritz, we developed EcoProtects. It's a covering system that ensures and insulates the whole house and reduces energy from the house to over 20% of the energy they needed before. So you need less energy, and you get this energy from renewable sources. And so I think we can bring some ideas to help the environment not being more infected.
Can you give an example what these materials are? Because
yes.
Yeah, I think at the moment it's probably that it's a lot of it is it just the production of the materials that is cost so much CO2, or is it also the transport? So is there also an element of using more local sources of materials, or is that, or can you not do that?
All this. It's the raw material itself, but also in a big amount of it, it's the production of the materials. Think of concrete. You need a lot of energy to produce concrete out of sand, and this is the thing that makes the CO2 of the building industry rising so high.
So it's really the concrete, but I thought
it's lots of materials, as Oliver said. The aluminium. You need lots of chemical materials to produce. You need lots of energy to make it. To make a material out of it, and it's also the supply chain. Lots of these materials come from somewhere in the world, and this is the sum of it.
So would you then say that there shouldn't be any concrete and aluminium, but instead different materials, or are there ways to produce them with emitting less carbon?
There should be concrete, but it should be made of concrete that is already used now.
So recycled concrete.
Yeah, it's recycled concrete, and we have lots of buildings that have to be demolished. So there's lots of material that we could use to build our future.
And that would work in the same way. So you could recycle.
Yes. Yes, in Germany we have already some companies that do recycling concrete, but it's, as Oliver said, a small niche. And it's now about 15% more expensive than the fresh concrete. And so it's a niche. So we have to bring it to a brighter consumer